Let me ask you something. When's the last time you felt truly seen? Not just liked, not just followed, not just waved at in passing, but like somebody actually has your back, like they got you. You felt understood. Loneliness isn't just about being alone. It's about feeling invisible, misunderstood, or disconnected. Loneliness, ironically, is a feeling that connects us all. Today I want to talk about what it means, what it teaches us, how we can use it to reconnect, not just with others, but with ourselves. What is up, Juice Gang, and welcome to today's conversation. Let's talk about loneliness. Why loneliness is so common, the different faces of loneliness, what loneliness is trying to teach us, and finally, we'll figure out how to reconnect. Let's get into this. Why is loneliness so common these days? We live in a world that's more connected than ever, but loneliness is at an all-time high. We're super connected by our phones, our social media, our Facebook, our Instagram. Remember, back in the day, it wasn't like that. If you wanted to talk to somebody, you had to pick up the phone. You had to walk over to the kitchen, grab the phone off the wall. Kids, if you don't know this, phones were connected to the wall. They had a wire. You'd pick up the phone, and you'd have to call your friend. There was effort involved. You walked over, you picked up the phone, you had to talk to them, you called them for a while, and you spent hours on the phone with your friends if you were in school to talk about what happened in school, what girls you were dating, what was going on, what's the gossip. So it took some effort. So it was something you had to do, and it wasn't like connected to in your pocket. It wasn't in your purse, ringing all day long. You weren't checking it all the time. There was no computer connected to it. You weren't worried about missing a follow or a like. So it was very, very different. Now it's like we're almost... If we don't check the phone, I always have to check the phone. What if somebody follows me? What if somebody likes me? What if somebody comments? What if I miss a phone call? What if I miss a text? We're so used to the constant instant gratification that we're just completely connected to social media. It gives us the illusion of connection while masking a deeper need for intimacy. Really, if you think about it, there's not much depth, right? Unless you're, I don't know, making videos like this, which are meaningful and have subject matter to them. But most of the time, you're just quick chatting to your friend or checking what your friend's doing on the, whoever you're following, checking a video, checking a new product online or whatnot. It's really not very deeper than that, right? Where when we had to actually put an effort to call somebody or write a letter. Can you imagine that back in the day, writing a letter instead of an email? That took effort, that took thought. There was a deeper intimacy in that transaction. And I use transaction, and that's a horrible word to say, but it was a relationship is what I'm trying to say, right? Now it's almost transactional. That's why I said that. It's almost transactional with these things, these phones, these social media platforms. It's not as deep and intimate as it used to be. People are scared to admit that they feel lonely. It feels like failure, but it's not. It's a signal. It's the mind's way of saying, hey, something important is missing. Now, what are the different faces of loneliness? Here are the different faces of loneliness. Loneliness in a crowd. You could be, see, here's the thing too. There could be some medical aspect. And if you have that medical aspect and you have these kind of feelings where you're constantly alone, even though you're in a crowd, even though with you're a bunch of people, even though people like you have a lot of friends, but your mind is still like, oh, I'm so lonely. Maybe these are something you maybe check with your local therapist, check with your doctor, make sure there's not some chemical imbalances going on. Check with a professional, that can check on these things for you. Make sure you're not suffering for some things like depression or some chemical imbalance in your brain. These are medical things that need to be taken care of by professionals. So make sure you check with that, because there are people that are like that. I know people like that, even though they're in a crowd and they have a bunch of friends, for some reason they feel depressed or blue Mondays. They feel like they're lonely even though they have a bunch of friends. Loneliness could be something else. It could be you're in a relationship. Maybe you're not getting that attention that you're really craving, the attention that you need. You're basically emotionally starving for the type of attention that you need, whatever that is. We won't get into that. It's a whole other show. What about being lonely in success? Maybe you're super successful, but you still feel lonely. You're getting the thing you thought that would make you happy. You finally get the job that you thought would make you happy. You finally get the car that you thought would make you happy. You finally got the beautiful home that you thought would make you happy. But you still feel isolated for some reason. It's important to recognize your version of loneliness. Remember, we're all made different. We all have different situations. Social media tends to give us the idea that we should all look like this, or we should all look like that, or we should all have that, or we should all live here, or we should all do this, when God has made us all completely different individuals. So we should not actually be all the same. We are similar in the fact that we're humans, but we shouldn't all be driving the same car. There are some cars that would be nice to drive. We shouldn't all be living in the same home. That would be crazy. I mean, there are freaking gated communities where every single house looks exactly the same, but your wall is like this close to the outside wall, and you're like, everything's cookie cutter. I don't like that. That's crazy. It shouldn't always be the same. So remember, you are an individual. You are unique in your loneliness, and your feelings and your emotions are unique. Once you name it, once you understand it, once you start to understand it, you can work with it. Now, I'm talking about probably having to work with a therapist, having to work with a friend. Don't worry. Like, if sometimes there's seasons, right? We go through seasons. We go through feeling like, oh, we feel a little down on Monday, whatnot. If it's something as simple as that, talk to a friend, talk to a loved one. Most importantly, make sure you talk to somebody, whether it's a loved one, whether it's a friend. And if you need more and it's something that keeps going and you're constantly dealing with it, it's time, my friend, to get a professional. So make sure you look up therapists. We'll put some links in the description for therapists that are in this area, if you're in this area as well. What is loneliness trying to teach us, by the way? It teaches us that we're wired for connection. Bottom line, the reason why you even have that feeling, so don't get so depressed that you're feeling lonely. We all feel lonely. By the way, it's not a unique feeling. We all feel lonely at times. And the reason is because we're wired for connection with others. We talked about that in the love video. We're wired for connection. We were made to be with others. We are not made to be alone. We crave connection of others, friends, family, loved ones, romantic connections that we talked about in the love video. We crave connection. We are not made to be alone. It forces us to slow down and evaluate who are we spending time with. Who are we spending time with, and why? If being connected is important, then also being connected to the right people is also important. Who are you connected to? Are you connected to the right people that are making you motivated, helping you to be positive, bringing you up? Or are you connected to the people that are making you more depressed, making you feel even more lonely, making you feel like you're not living up to some sort of standard that they designed? If you sit there and actually think about it, maybe it's a sign you've outgrown a certain place. Maybe you've outgrown a certain group of people, a certain group of individuals. Remember, as we're developing these skills over time, as we start to become better versions of ourselves, and we start to learn about ourselves and get deeper into our psyche and really understand what makes us tick, we're starting to learn about ourselves. We're starting to dig in deep here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to grow. If the people that are with us, I should say, are not growing as well, we're gonna have to find some other people that are wanting to do positive things. You got to surround yourself with greatness. If you can surround yourself with 5 people that want or strive, are into the things that you're into, you're going to be, you're not going to have, it's going to be very difficult for you to fight positivity. If a lot of people around you are positive, you're going to be positive. If a lot of people around you are negative, you're going to be negative. If people want to do loser things, and I mean like committing crimes or doing things they shouldn't be doing, you're going to go down that direction. It's just environment. It's been proven over and over again. Environment has a lot to do with it. Who you surround yourself with is super, super important. I can't emphasize that, especially if you're a teenager right now and you're choosing your friends in school. Look around. Take inventory at an early age. You kids are smarter than heck. At an early age, take inventory of the 5 people that you're hanging around with. Make sure that they're going in the right direction, going into a positive direction, and if not, it's time to start replacing number 1 or number 2. Find some replacements that are going to get you to where you want to go, whatever your goals are. And I'm not talking, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be, I'm not talking about you have to be rich or anything like that. I'm just saying, if they're you know what I'm talking about. Like, if there are people that are into positive things, you just know. If you talk to somebody and they're just like, oh, this has gone wrong, you know, those people are just like, everything goes wrong in their life. The moment they wake up, oh, Jesus freaking this, oh, Jesus freaking that, oh man, I just got a phone call for this, and then they go to the grocery store, oh, not this guy that's cashing me out, oh, not this guy today, oh, you go to the meat marketplace, you go to the counter, oh, not this guy, not this butcher, oh, no, not this butcher, oh, no, they changed the mailman, not this mailman, oh, no, not this mailman, oh my gosh, not this mailman, oh, geez, not this guy that's changing my oil. I want the other guy that changed everything's always, no, not this. I don't like this food. I don't like this. Take it back. I don't like this. It's not the way I like it. It's not, no, I don't want to eat here. Nope, don't want to eat here. No, don't like it. No. Oh, geez. Oh, not this again. There's always something that person can find wrong. So it's very difficult to be positive around a negative person. It's right, because something's always going wrong. So be careful of those type of people. It's painful, I know, to go through this process, to think about your level. See, the thing is, this is where it gets hard. What if the person that's bringing you down is a family member? I know I'm going to get that chat. I know I'm going to get that comment. What if the person bringing you down is a family member? Well, it's going to be more difficult. Of course, you love your family. We love our family. But you got to remember, your family is not going the same. If you have goals, if you have a set goal and you're going in a direction, they may not have the clarity, the mental focus, like where you're going. They don't know what you're trying to do. So they might, be in a different place. It's fine. The loved ones are there for love. We talked about it on another show. We talked about the love show. You gotta love them. You gotta be with them, but especially the ones that are, if there are some family members that are truly, truly like a anchor, like bringing you down, and you limit. There's a such thing as limits. I'm not saying cutting them off completely. That's your mama. That's your wife. You're not saying cut them off completely. You just gotta limit the time. That'll help. That's your solution to that. Now, how do we start to reconnect? We start off small. One real message, one real check-in, one walk where you leave your phone behind. One of the things I've been starting to do lately, which is kind of crazy, and I thought my whole world would collapse when I did this, I actually turned the iPhone, if you have an iPhone, to personal time on a specific address. What address is that? My home. When I get off of work, my phone is ringing off the hook all day long from 6 a.m. all the way through work, all the way on my way home. But the minute the phone detects my address, it turns itself to personal mode. Oh, thank you, Steve Jobs, for coming up with this one. Personal mode has been a dream solution for me. Mwah! It's the most beautiful thing. I'm not getting bring out the Ring camera. I'm not getting the vibration from the Facebook. I'm not getting the vibration from the Instagram. I'm not getting the freaking vibration from the whatever freaking YouTube, boom, 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 Discord. It was going off. Contact. I'm surprised it's not going off now. It's because I'm at the address. All the time. So finally, once I get to that address, once I get home, personal mode, it doesn't go off. Even nobody, you can text me all you want, but it's not gonna ring, it's not gonna vibrate. I'll check it later. I thought I was gonna die. Believe me, it's like a drug. I thought it took some weaning. I thought I was gonna die because I wasn't checking the text. The first morning after I checked the text the next morning and I was on my way to work, once I got to work, checked the text, the most dumbest things, they weren't important. None of them were important. And it was so great because now the actual bonus to that is that I can actually look at them, look at the text, read them, and think about them. I don't have to respond. For some reason, I don't feel so quick to respond right away because I'm taking my time. I'm reading them at a certain time after I've had my long night of sleep, after I've had my full rest, after I've had my time with my family. I can take my time, read those texts, and answer them much more better because my mind is clearer. And then also there's no phone calls. There's only 5 people, and you know who you are, who can break the personal mode. I put them on my favorites. There's 5 people on my favorites. 5 people can break the personal mode. That's it. Nobody else, because those 5 people, if they call, it's probably an emergency. So there's only 5 people that can call me during that personal mode, so I don't get a bunch of phone calls. I don't get the vibration for that. I can't tell you how much this has helped me. So much less stress because of that, because of just no phone time, not as much phone time, not grabbing the phone, not checking the phone, has helped me amazingly. Get comfortable with being alone. That's another thing. So with that, being comfortable without the phone, and having more family time is going to be the bonus of that. But then also you gotta find times to be. I love being alone. Not everybody likes that. I like eating alone. When I go do my videos, I want to be alone. I want to eat the food. I want to dissect the food. I want to think about the food. I want to do that thing by myself. When I go off and read a book, I want to read a book. I don't want anybody to bother me. It's great to be alone. Sit out in the backyard under an olive tree and just relax. Close your eyes. listen to your breath, listen to the birds, quiet time. Hard to find. I don't know how you're going to find it if you're a parent, but if you can find some alone time, so healthy, so great, and a great way to reconnect with yourself. Reconnection doesn't start with others. It starts with being present with yourself. That's what I'm talking about, finding those times to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's okay because you can kind of reflect on things from the past, from the day, the whole day, the things you want to do. You can kind of strategize, use that time to strategize, think about what you did yesterday. How can it be better today? How can it be better tomorrow? Strategize, all these things, these inner mental thoughts on your own, strengthening your mind and making it better. Talk to yourself the way you wish somebody else would talk to you. Remember, we talked about self-talk, I think, in one of our shows. You got to make sure that I talked about affirmations last time. I like affirmations. I like listening to positive things because oftentimes we don't talk to ourselves very well. We talk to ourselves like you can't, you shouldn't, you probably can't, it probably is not going to work. And people will tell you the same thing. So they'll augment that by telling you the same thing. People be like, yeah, you can't, yeah, you suck, yeah, you're not good. So having some affirmations, like YouTube affirmations, things like that, where you're hearing positive, because there's so much negative. Taking 5 minutes out of the day to listen to affirmations, huge, because there's so much negativity that you're listening to all day. You got to fight the negative. The energy becomes magnetic. That energy, self-awareness, we're starting to learn about being self-aware. We're starting to get into our minds as we're spending time alone, as we're contemplating things. The Buddhists had it right, I think. The one thing that Buddhists, they were always chilling on some mountain, like they always just thought about their breath. They tried to empty the mind with all the like stress that they had, and they just like sat around all day long. You can't do that. Obviously, here in America, you got to make some money, but find some time to chill out, release all the negativity, get in touch with your inner self, reconnecting to yourself, starting to not be lonely. It's almost like a step-by-step process. It's understanding who you should be with, who you should hang out with, understanding that you probably aren't as lonely as you think, understanding yourself, starting to spend time and be comfortable when you are alone, using that time to reflect. All those things are going to be really, really mind-blowing for you. And at some point, people are going to want to connect with you. People, the thing you wanted to be unlonely. Guess what? You know yourself better. You understand yourself better. You've clarified. You've got some more clarity in your mind. That attracts people for some reason. That becomes magnetic. People see that you're a person that understands yourself, that's confident in yourself, and that becomes kind of a magnetism, right? It becomes a magnetism. Then all of a sudden you're not lonely. There's people coming out from all over the woodworks. So it's a really, really weird how that starts to work, and I'm learning that myself, as we start to learn about ourselves, as we start to clarify. Like I said, again, I might be repeating myself here, but I really want you guys to understand. Start to know yourself. The loneliness time, the times that you're alone, use that time again to reflect, to be and know yourself. And then you're going to become magnetic. You're going to become magnetic. People are going to be coming out of the woodwork wanting to hang out with you. I'm telling you, it's weird how that works. If you feel lonely right now, know this: you are not broken, and I promise you won't be here forever. Hopefully you'll be here for a very long time, but it's not forever. So time goes by so fast. By the way, I'm doing this video on my birthday, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm halfway. That's what I'm going to say. You're not alone, not here, not with me. Stay thirsty, my friends, and not dangerous. Have a great one.